Fenris Wolf is the next Spotlight Cash card, and Fenris Wolf is joined by Annihilus and Werewolf by Night. This is just what it is. Werewolf by Night is, I'll be honest, Werewolf by Night decks confuse me so much. There's so much thinking involved, especially these days when you have cards that pull from the deck directly as on reveal. And then Annihilus, well, Annihilus has a certain archetype built around him, and that's junk. Junk decks use Annihilus. They're not very popular these days, but Fenris Wolf. Okay, let's get into what Fenris's Wolf's ability is. Okay, activate. Resurrect your opponent's highest power discarded or destroyed card on your side of this location. Now, it says destroyed or discarded, or rather discarded or destroyed. I thought it just said destroyed, honestly, which already makes it pretty OP in my opinion. But keep in mind that it's a discarded as well, which means this is a discard deck counter of sorts. Now, it won't work on, it's only hella discard counter, though, for the most part, because Apocalypse doesn't actually go in the discard pile. So I assume it would have to go in the discard pile in order for you to get it. So Apocalypse is the exception, but if the opponent's playing a Hella deck or they play that blade, I forget exactly what card, but you know the blade I'm talking about, where you get a blade for the cost of whatever, and then the next turn you just activate Fenris Wolf, and then you have the card that they discarded, even though they planned to get back last turn with Hela, and it said the highest power on your side of this location. And then there's also the destroyed, and because it's activate, you can actually kind of wait and use Shang-Chi, then just revive Fenris Wolf because it's activate. And that makes it super powerful, honestly. It was already powerful enough with like an unreveal type thing. So people are expecting great things from this card, okay? People are expecting very great things. I think I am too, actually, because it seems like a very powerful card. Yeah, it seems to be very, very powerful. I mean, the 2-3 stat line, and then it also, but with that said, discarded or destroyed cards. So, in theory, well, I guess it affects your own cards too, right? So, if you use, if you're using Venom to destroy, say, Death on one of your other locations, it would bring Death back to this location on your side, yes? Because it's, oh no, it said your opponent. Wow, I totally missed that. I spaced that for a moment because I could have sworn it originally said you or your opponent back in the day. But I could be wrong, but now it just says your opponent. So forget that home line that I was about to go with. It's also good against destroy decks. When your opponent's using destroy decks, if they use Venom to destroy Death, you can bring it back to your side of the field in that location. Okay, so yeah, that is pretty crazy. Like I said, I already thought it was powerful when it said destroyed, but it discarded or destroyed. So it low-key counters discard decks to a point. Low-key counted destroy decks to a point. Discard decks, once they see it, it also does a bit of intimidation tactics as well. They'll be more hesitant to discard their own cards, knowing that you could potentially just bring back one of their discarded cards. And as for destroy, honestly, I don't think they'll think too much about destroying cards because, I mean, it's in the name, right? It's a destroy deck. What are you going to do? Discard decks have some other win condition going for them sometimes, but destroy decks don't have many other win conditions other than to destroy to victory. With that said, a discard destroy the hybrid, I feel like this would be like a hard counter to a discard destroy hybrid, which do technically exist, guys. Dakin is a card. Discard destroy hybrids do exist, guys, and they are cards. They are decks. They they are kind of fun, okay? I've done the discard destroy hybrid once back in my day. Now, see, the thing about discard destroy hybrids, though, just like any hybrid deck, they kind of master of none, if you will. You know, they get the best of both worlds, but at the cost of actually being a master of one specific area. Like discard decks are pure discard decks, so they can have other discard supporting decks. Destroy decks are pure destroy decks, so they can have other destroy supporting cards. Whereas a hybrid has the best of both, and technically cards like Dakin, Wolverine, X-23 all fit in both, but yeah. Okay. Anyway, I don't know how we got on hybrids there. Let's go back to Fenris Wolf. Fenris Wolf is pretty powerful. Honestly, between you and me, I think he might potentially get nerfed. Okay. Cards do get nerfed even not too long after their release. Okay, I know we're used to the other way around. We're used to cards getting buffed almost immediately, with cash cards especially. But, I mean, Thena got nerfed at some point. See, even most recently, technically, the season pass card Soter got nerfed. Yeah, he got a little bit of a nerf. People thought it wouldn't happen during the season he would release. They would, they thought second dinner would low key wait until the season is over. But yeah, so Fenris Wolf, I think it's going to be a great card. May not affect your cards, only your opponent's cards, but like I said, he also has that intimidation factor, okay? But I'm going to say this, okay? I feel like you should always put him in a lane with another card that costs, I mean, that power is a little less than him, okay? Because he is an ideal Red Guardian target, okay? Red Guardian is probably the only card that can affect him like that. I mean, yeah, because, see, you could argue, oh, there's Elias. Elias exists. Well, Elias is irrelevant for the most part because Goliath is a turn 6 card and you're not going to play, they're not going to play Fenris Wolf on turn 6 anyway because it's an activate, not an on reveal, which means that it can't be stopped by cards like Cosmo or anything that's stopped on reveal. And it being a 2-3 means technically it can get on Goose pretty easily. So there is that to factor in as well. Ideally, I see this in a like deck that has both player discarding cards. Yeah, yeah. Like a hand mill deck. I feel like there's an official term for that, but yeah, yeah. I see this in that type of deck because if your opponent don't discard any cards or destroy any of their own cards, you can discard their cards for them. You can destroy their cards for them. So, yeah, there's that to keep into consideration. So, I think Fenris Wolf is going to be real good. I'd love to know your thoughts on Fenris Wolf. Comment section below. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.